It's 2:30 in the afternoon. In the rest of the world, it's Christmas Day. Here, the most important thing about it is that the sun is shining brightly. Welcome to Hidden Cove. I've probably got an hour and a half before those clouds start to take over again for a week. Más o menos. And the first thing that I'm doing to celebrate is parking in the open instead of going back there and trying to hide. My most faithful commenter over the months and years has been Mr. Highbot. And I guess in a sense I'm dedicating this to him or her. The comment on the last one was about trespassing and how the whole concept is bullshit, I guess, because I have a right to be here. And although I'm not sure that's right exactly in the abstract legalistic sense, it is very right. But in the pragmatic sense, you're right. And I, while not necessarily being wrong, was cramped. I was cramping my own style with made-up ideas about what's legal and what's not. And that was stupid. So, right or not, you were right. So today, I'm kicking it off with parking in full view of whatever public is spending their time out here today. And I'm walking straight up the road, also in full view. That's the way I'm choosing to celebrate. As I heard someone on the tube say this morning, today is a gift. That's why they call it the present. Look, it's a fence. A barbed wire fence. Apparently The cows don't care. And apparently, for today at least, neither do I. In legalistic reality, I'm apparently placing myself under the jurisdiction of the city of Holbrook. Whatever that means. I am one of a couple or a few thousand individuals that has paid property taxes in the city of Holbrook for going on decades. So let's just say I'm under my own jurisdiction. Yeah? Whether or not that's right, perfectly true, I choose to stand with my commenter and act as though it were. Down this little piece of road lies the wash, the LaRue. Right about there where the telephone transfer substation or whatever the hell that is. And hanging a left right there takes me to a bit more of a hidden road. It turns out that that is the intersection, because the road that was barely there up there isn't a road. That is the stealthy way to go. But this is the way to go that doesn't care about stealth, doesn't care about outing myself away from legal predation. I don't know what we, as a civilized collective, are supposed to call this rock wall. I don't know what it is conventionally named. For me, here on the holiday, I'm just going to start referring to it as the Little Rim, to evoke a connection to that other, much more impressive one that they call the Mogollon, after some Spanish guy who never even saw it. To the right, the exit ramp to the road that was barely there and isn't at all anymore. The park, Odell's Hidden Cove Park, upon which they don't want you to hunt or trespass under threat of prosecution. The reason this is a protected area, I hear, is that there's petroglyphs up there. They don't want to see them defaced. And that's fine. I don't need to deface them. I don't need to see them. I know they're there. So I'm not going to cross this locked gate. This way is where the main road continues up to the pond. But we're going to ignore that and backtrack just a little, because the other day when I was lost-ish, I found a better way. I think with this particular episode, this holiday journey, we can say definitively that the eastern approach to the pond is now canonical. There's plenty of fallback positions to be had for the purpose of simply getting miles in, like walking the flood wall. High above the mud. But that's not a very interesting way to get the miles in. This is, though. There's scenery at every hand. Up ahead of us, there remains the quest toward finding, defining the western approach somewhere over on the other side of the little wall. A trek for another sunny day. Look, everyone. It's a bench. The back bench, where you can perch yourself and look at views of the pond on the other side of this berm. Meanwhile, this right and proper road takes a curve with the pond. And where it curves, you can see that we are breaching the initial part of the little rim. The western approach track is about breaching in some fashion the second larger part of the little rim. Look, everyone, it's a pond. Almost home. I wanted to show you, speaking of breaching the main part of the little rim from the western approach. This is a road, and it is the official and officially prohibited methodology for breaching the little rim. Whether or not that'll be useful will be addressed track. Where we start way over there. In the meantime, sufficient for each day is its own mishigas. So this is where the little road that curves slips into the road that circumnavigates the pond proper. The place where the pond ducks dwell. I wish you weren't spooked, ducks, but I'm kind of glad that you are, because I am in no way trustworthy from the waterfowl point of view. I'd as soon eat you as look at you, so you stay well away from me, and God bless you. I'm not going to linger for very long because I'm sort of timing myself. I can't tell you how long this walk is because I can't measure it with an odometer, but I can measure it with a clock. So that's what I'm doing today. I can tell you, coming out this way, for how long I walked. Merry, merry, everybody.